All right, how you guys doing today? We're gonna hop into a little discussion. The first things first, just make sure you like the video. You're not gonna want to not like this one. Hit the legs, full screen, scroll just a little bit, like the video, and screen it back up. You feel me? All right, so I was on Instagram Reels earlier, right? And I seen this post. This guy said, "I'm a 20-year-old multi-millionaire. I make $200,000 a month, and the reason I do it as a Christian is because I utilize prayer in the right way. And you guys are not utilizing prayer in the right way because there's verses that say, whatever you ask in prayer is yours." And then he was basically just like, so you basically have to just say, God has given it to you, and you ask it in prayer, and then it's already yours. You have to visualize it that it's yours, and then you take it. And I'm sitting here like, yes, but like, all right, so basically this comes from Mark 11:24, and this is in reference to Jesus touching the fig tree. And after that, Peter was like, yo, look at the fig tree that you dried up and everything. And he said, for assuredly I say, whoever moves this mountain, all that things, therefore I say to you, whatever you ask when you pray, believe that you will receive them and you will have them. Which is kind of a weird thing because then it just kind of ends, right? And when you stand praying, forgive you are against Eddie, because your father which may forgive you. If you don't forgive, neither will your father forgive you, right? And I don't know, it's that materialistic mindset that I'm really not really the biggest fan of, because if you say like, oh, just imagine it, you're gonna have it, that could be anything, sinful things. For example, Jesus says, don't love money. This dude, I looked at some of his content. I won't say all of his content or even most, because I didn't, but most of it was just focusing on money and talking about women and being like disciplined. And a lot of people in the comments were, how would you get so wise for your age and everything? And he's just like, if you chase your passions, women are gonna come. And it's like, women, plural. What about a godly wife, right? And I don't know his account, that's why I'm not putting it on here. One, but two, I also don't want to hate on him for not knowing the full story. But I'm just like, why are you bragging about being a multimillionaire, making $200,000 a month? Firstly, that's the first impression I have of you. It seems pretty prideful. That's what your account seems to be about. Two, and three, it just seems like you're glorifying money and telling people, take what's yours. Firstly, we're not down here. This world is not ours. This world is not ours. God has given us everything in heaven. He doesn't give us everything down here that we could want. He gives us everything we need, right? But he won't give us everything that we want. And that's telling us to take it. Like, come on, that sounds a bit crazy. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments if I'm the crazy one. But saying that whatever you have, like, no. Because like, you have to ask in faith, first of all. And can you really ask in good faith for God to give you money? Visualizing a whole bunch of money so you can go do whatever you want to do with it. Because what does that do? Paul wrote about, I don't want to have too much lest I forget who you are, God, and I don't want to have too little lest I not need you. Or was that John? I don't really remember. But regardless of the fact, right? I don't want to have too much because then I'll forget who you are. I don't want to have too little because then I'll curse your name. Right? When you have too little and you're praying and God's not going to give it to you because he thinks it's sinful and he's not going to grant that to you, you're going to curse God because you're going to be like, well, what happened? You're going to either curse him or you're going to curse God, and that's not loving your neighbor. Cursing God, that's just blasphemy, you know? And then if he does give it to you, you're probably going to forget who he is because you'll be like, oh, God, thank you. And then you're going to go on about your day because you're just using God as a stepping stone for that money. You're not actually having faith in God and the plan that he has for you and the purpose he has for you, right? You're just going out of your way to finesse God, right? Oh, if I have faith in this money, I'll get this money. Oh, thank you, God. Bye. You weren't praying for that joy. You weren't praying for patience to get through this storm. You weren't doing nothing like that. Just lock in on that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.